Peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you. This is a story about Sheikh Saadoun Al Awaji and his two sons, the knights Sahab and Hijab. I hope you will enjoy it. So, with God's guidance. Sheikh Saadoun Al Awaji was the paramount sheikh of the Wad Sulayman tribe, a branch of the large Anza tribe. He held a prominent position among his tribes, and his leadership was deeply rooted and respected by its members. He was brave and renowned for his horsemanship, and a skilled poet. He had many sons, but only his two sons, Sahab and Hijab, became famous. They were brothers, and Sahab's fame surpassed that of his father. He was one of the few heroes of Najd. But before his sons emerged and reached manhood, a dispute arose between Sheikh Saadoun and his wife, the mother of Sahab and Hijab, leading to their divorce. She went to her family in Syria with her two sons. She belonged to the Fadhan tribe of the Anza, who resided in Syria. The maternal uncles of the two young men, Sahab and Hijab, were renowned among the tribe, and they were raised with the best upbringing. After reaching manhood and becoming exemplary horsemen, they assumed leadership of a section of their clan in Syria. As for Sheikh Saadoun, he remained the sheikh of his group, the Wad Sulayman, in Najd until a cousin named Shamikh Al Awaji emerged, challenging Saadoun's leadership and obstructing his influence. His power grew until he repeatedly broke his oath to Saadoun, disregarding the sheikh's orders, defying him at every opportunity, and diminishing his standing within the tribe. Finally, he usurped Saadoun's position and assumed leadership. The tribe, and he began treating the sheikh badly, to the point of humiliating him and forbidding him from watering his camels at any watering place frequented by the tribes of Wad Sulayman, before Shamikh's camels and the camels of the entire tribe had been watered. He even composed many poems about this. Finally, someone who sympathized with Saadoun advised, "A rider from our land, mounted on a well-trained horse, equals safe, the one who traverses the deserts, if you intend to. When you ride him, count 2 days according to the reckoning. The first thing he says to them is, 'Welcome, guest.' A young falcon, its fangs just emerging. And after the feast, bid farewell to men of renown. And when you ride him, strike him, leaving the strangers behind. And slaughter him towards the North Star, if you are able. And greet and give my regards to Ali, Sahab and Hijab. Give my regards to the one I love most, if you find him. Specifically, send a message to Sahab, the one who frees from troubles. He will save you if you have strayed from the truth. Tell him, Shamikh has grown tall after his hair turned gray. And, O Sahab, by God, they have humiliated me and I have been humiliated. And, O Sahab, they forced me to do what was not right. And they said, go beyond the water, and I transgressed. After I was their protector among strangers. And when they were afflicted, they said, you did not protect yourself. As long as Shamikh is yours, you have no neck spare. Even if the coffee cup is made beautiful for me, I will not drink it. O Sahab, put down the heart's claw is like a thorn, equals since the year the Arabs slept, I haven't known peace. The eyelid is weary of sleep, equals and the food is trampled underfoot. After the honor, O Sahab, I became fearful, equals and the people are alive, but I am dead after you. From oppression, O Sahab, my cheeks have turned gray, equals and I have become ill from the abundance of hardship and hidden. 3 years have passed, and sleep has not been sweet, equals and my complaint is from my chest, and I sigh. A house is not built without pillars and ropes, equals when will a Sahab come to build us a house? I have no strength except the tenderness of the lambs with their teeth, equals and I have witnessed much injustice with my eyes and turned a blind eye. I hope for a harbinger of good with every breeze, equals and when will our brothers come, we will. Shamikh was stunned and realized he couldn't defend himself or escape home. So, he chose to throw himself into the nearby well. He did so, and Sahab appeared, lowered a rope, and said, come out. Shamikh replied, this is my grave. I cannot come out unless you pardon me. Sahab said, the cowardice I witness will compel me to pardon your killing, on the condition that Sheikh Saadoun, meaning his father, also pardons you. Sahab left the camel herder to water the animals and ordered those around him to bring out the cowardly Shamikh, who had chosen to throw himself into the well. Achab returned after seeing his brother Hijab arrive. He gestured towards their father's house and ordered them to rebuild the large house and raise its pillars. The tribes of the Al Sulayman came and greeted Saadoun and his 2 sons, and the oath of allegiance to Saadoun was renewed. They were impressed by Achab and Hijab. Their admiration for Sheikh Achab was immense, for they had seen the man whose bravery had been renowned throughout Syria. The transformation occurred in this simple way, and the 2 sons of Saadoun revived their father's glory, which had been forgotten and revered. Sheikh Saadoun pardoned him, deeming him unworthy of punishment for his actions, given his apparent cowardice. Achab and Hijab had elevated their father to the highest rank. He was Saadoun Al Awaji, the paramount sheikh of the Al Sulayman tribe of the Anza Confederation. He was famous for his courage and horsemanship, and a gifted poet whose rousing verses were full of pride. He was respected even by his enemies and had many sons. But only Achab and Hijab became famous. The rest of his sons did not achieve renown. However, before Achab and Hijab rose to prominence and reached manhood, a dispute arose between Sheikh Saadoun Al Awaji and his wife, the mother of Achab and Hijab, leading to their divorce. She then returned to her family in the lands of Al-Sham, and her sons, Achab and Hijab, and his wife, were from the A. O God, the price of my heart's sorrow equals it's a burden that fills the heart with the weight of the winter. What is the value of this world, so swift in its turn equals even if its years come and go? And after I turned away from its embrace equals today I am caught between the iron and the shoemaker. And after we wore the strange garments of its month equals on top of the camel, we had our honors. The day when the shadow of regret did not fall short equals from the one who was led astray by the first ones. And today, the goodness of carrying its burden is bitter equals alas, we do not deserve the hardships. The solver of great knots has crossed them equals, and the creator of the stars in the sky that stay awake. No wealth is but empty of its burdens equals, and no life is but followed by death. O provider for the one who has no provision for his livelihood equals, the birds of love live in your power. Relieve the one whose eyes are increasing in sleeplessness equals, be kind to us, O knower of the hidden things. O you who created its deserts with its seas equals, O you by whose decree the beings run. I felt the price of the heat of the nights equals, and I remembered the goodness of our days. Al-Fatani. And I asked, where is he who scatters his redness? Equals, and I began to remember where my lips were. The one who, when the horses came, troubled them with malice equals, his voice was like the roar of the swift, noble steeds. The punishment of the captives when their terror came equals, the affliction of the destitute and the satiation of the wandering ones. Saadoun Al Awaji complained in a poem about everything that had happened in his life, then followed it with another poem in which he explained that he had resolved to leave the tribe to escape Shamikh Al Awaji and his arrogance. When some members of the tribe who were kind to him noticed him, they blamed him for leaving and tried to dissuade him from his decision. So he recited this poem. They said, "You're changing your mind." I said, "O people, I'm leaving." They said, "You're stay." Finally, one of Sheikh Saadoun Al Awaji's benefactors drew his attention to the matter, urging him to write to his sons. He complained to them, informing them of Shamikh's transgression against his authority, his violation of his honor, and his humiliation among the tribes of Najd. So Saadoun Al Awaji wrote this poem to his sons. O rider from our land, upon a swift steed, safe across the deserts, if you intend to go. Count 2 days at Al-Fadila, and at their first feast, say, "Welcome, guest." A young falcon, its fangs just split. After the feast, bid farewell to men of renown. When you mount, strike the enemy, and sacrifice towards the North Star, if you are able. Greet and give my regards to Achab and Hijab. Greet the one I long for, if you find him. In particular, address Achab, the one who frees from trouble, for he will save you if you deviate from the truth. Tell him, Shamikh has become arrogant after his youth, and O Achab, by God, they have humbled me and I have been humbled. O Achab, they have forced me against my will, and they said. I turned away from the water and crossed over. After I was their protector among strangers equals, and if I were to test them, they would say I didn't protect them. As long as the proud Malik has bare necks equals, even if the coffee cup was